Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Resident Evil 7 playthrough. Ethan has the D-Series arm, and now we need to reclaim the D-Series fetus
head
from... Well, I mean, there's a head attached to it, but it's clearly like the entire body. So, yeah, we need to get that from Lucas.
No fetus will beat us.
Time to play Super Meat Boy.
This is a point of no return until you get back to the password room, because there's no way back up once you're down here. This is very transparently a mini-boss arena. I say mini-boss arena because because the monster that we fight here just becomes a normal enemy after the fact.
Oh, it's like we're playing a Metroidvania.
The enemy design in this game is a little non-varied. We've encountered regular...
It's a little boring.
Yeah, we've encountered regular enemies, we've encountered little fast enemies, now we're gonna get the big fat enemies.
Boomer.
Pretty much.
Boomer. All these games have to have their version of the boomer.
So after Lucas brings in explosive crates, like the rest of the game, I'm like, trust no crate.
Fortunately, it never actually happens outside of Lucas's section, so...
Yeah, once you enter the
So
salt
you don't know
monster.
that in your first playthrough.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the game that introduces explosive item boxes.
Don't remind me of Ultimate 8.
Explosive typewriters?
Ultimate 8 is the game where every single treasure chest explodes when you open it.
What?
Every single treasure chest explodes when you open it.
Why?
Because the designers were stupid.
Boomer.
Fair, though, a good mimic enemy is really, really...
It's not even a mimic enemy, the treasure chests just explode.
Yeah, you see, that's a little, like, for example, like, one of the things that it has to be themed right is the big thing for me. Like, for example, I really like the mimic monsters in Dragon Quest because you actually fight a treasure chest, and it's got, like, a big derpy smile and all that, and I just find that cool. Whereas, like, in many of the Final Fantasy games, they just summon a random encounter when you open the box, which is less cool to me.
Those aren't really mimics, those are just monsters in a box.
But it's the same idea, though, is the thing, and that's why I find them lame. It's just like, okay, there's just, like, 6 goblins hiding in that box like they're a goddamn clown car. Alright, whatever. You know, it's not as cool to me. It's the shock of, okay, now you actually have to fight the treasure chest. That makes it funny to me, you know?
I mean, mimic cuties and Kid Icarus.
Yeah, Mimic Cuties. Yeah, the Mimic Cuties are a really good one, too, because they, like, they're such assholes, is the big thing.
Yeah, they run after you and just kick the shit out of you.
Yeah.
It's like rubbing salt in the wound. Thanks.
Nowhere near as threatening as the regular boomers.
That was easy.
But just as grotesque, I find.
I mean, they exist to throw up.
Yeah, it's like, I don't remember if they go and explain it like the vomit was like acidic, or is it just like the force of the vomit that hurts you?
And that's that.
Yeah, not a terribly hard fight.
By the way, were you curious
Well,
about what
no.
happened to the most unfortunate bastard on the face of the planet after he burned to death?
Do we have to reach into his neck, too?
No. Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Where?
Hi, Clancy.
Lucas put him up on a chair.
Oh, I did. I looked away from the screen and missed him.
Pill's here.
I'm pretty sure Lois is going to focus on him.
Yep. There he is.
Well, at least he gets to sit. You know, that's something, right?
I suppose.
I think one of the mission objectives is get the serum ingredient from Lucas, assuming Lucas has not done something with it already.
I never actually make those medicines, by the way. You're next.
Am I now?
1146 is the password.
What if he uses the wrong your and Ethan just fucks with him over that?
Yeah.
My next? What is my next, Lucas?
I think the password is randomized. Oh, God.
No, it'd be really funny if Lucas is watching you at this point still. He sees you read the note. You go downstairs, 0000. God damn it, Ethan.
It's like he's talking. I was clear, right? I was clear.
That's 2 coins.
Now, you don't necessarily need to unlock the Magnum before you get to the point of no return. Because once you get to the salt mines, all the cages are just there, waiting for you.
That's convenient. I
It's a
suppose?
game. It's a gameplay thing rather than
Yeah.
a story thing.
The
Yeah,
door is open. Let's go.
Buddy, this is a test of skills, so no cheating. That shit you're carrying, get ready.
No.
Fuck you.
The series has tried something like this before to good effect. In Code Veronica, there's this sort of security box thing in front of a metal detector where you have to deposit all your metal items into the box before you can proceed.
No, what I want to have happen now is Ethan looks around, moves one of the crates in the doorway, so it can't close. Gets all of his shit back and then walks in.
Okay. Unbeknownst to him, I'm a dirty, cheating asshole.
It's a good thing I watched that VHS tape that Lucas left behind.
Okay. It can't rain inside.
Now, you didn't actually see this in the tape, but it's implied that the previous explosion knocked a hole in the wall.
And put it on the cake.
Kiss my ass.
Ethan, language.
You are not Captain America, sir.
Somewhere, I think.
Hey, kiss my ass, Ethan. Language, fine. Lick my ass.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
It is a good idea to do this preemptively, otherwise it'll waste a bit of time later. But yeah, that hole leads right into Lucas's office.
Has that birthday cake been out for like a good 3 weeks?
I'm more concerned. Years of engineering and studying engineering, and he can't afford fucking plaster on a wall. He just had to board it
This
up.
was a jump scare that got me.
The Homer Simpson method of...
Well, it always freaks me out when my oven, when my stove isn't going off. Like I'm like, oh crap. So.
It's like the room's probably full of gas, so that when it does go off, I explode.
Yeah, we know the password already. Handy.
You can't do it normally if you want to, but
You'll die.
yeah.
Yes, like, did you learn nothing from the tape?
Like I said, the moment you remove that little wind-up key from the barrel, you've basically killed yourself. There's no way out without setting off the explosion. Without setting off the fire, rather.
So how are you supposed to do it instead then?
You use the
way.
password that you learned from the tape and just skip straight to the valve handle, because the only thing preventing you from solving the puzzle is the water. You can ignore everything else except the valve handle and the candle.
Because the characters never get their idea to cup their hands over the candle for just a split second to cover the water.
Yeah, but then the blood oozing from Ethan's left hand would just break it.
I don't think cupping it over the top would do anything, because the water sprays in from the sides, too.
Is that how it works?
That's what I think I saw. Yeah. Ow. Language, Lucas.
If you wanted to kill me, then just shoot me.
I like how he had a time bomb dynamite on standby just in case someone did cheat.
Have you ever heard of a thing called a gun? You know that part where you trapped us behind a door where you could have shot us?
Well, Lucas, it looks like your trap has timed out.
Oh, I thought this was over.
I guess I just walled you.
You know what, Lucas? You really are the bomb.
Birthday gift returned.
Mia? Mia? Mia!
She's alive.
Who are you? Where are you?
We're just beyond the...
Can you not tell based on that ridiculously southern accent, Ethan?
You might think that a boss fight against Lucas is coming up, but Lucas is too smart for that. He just bugs off. You don't see him for the rest of the game after this.
Killing you is hard.
Basically, yeah. Taking down Lucas isn't Ethan's job. That winds up going to Chris Redfield.
Now that would be telling, Ethan.
And, you know, as a story element for Not a Hero, it works pretty well. Unfortunately, the Not a Hero mode was not available when the game started. You didn't have to pay for it. It was free DLC, I think, but it was delayed for quite a while, unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember it got like a 4-month delay.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm willing to accept that. They did a pretty good job on that DLC.
It does help that it's free.
Yeah.
Is it still free?
Oh, yeah.
I would assume so.
Yeah, yeah, you have to pay, I think, for End of Zoe and the banned footage DLC, but not for Not a Hero. Not a Hero is free.
How long are the DLC packs in general? Ish.
About 2 hours or so, depending on how well you do.
So basically, the Lost in Nightmares and
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
kind
Spencer
of.
shit.
Pretty standard Resident Evil DLC length.
Yeah. The Not a Hero DLC and the End of Zoe DLC are both, you know, fun little additions. They're more action-oriented than this one, but they still manage to make Chris's campaign pretty tense by adding these enemies that you can't kill normally. You have to kill them by a special method or else just run past them. And yeah, there's another Mr. Everywhere right above the door. Anyway, now that I've dealt with that,
Look at those fire gifts.
I'm gonna.
Oh, you're
go
going all the way back to
all the
Zoe's.
way back to Zoe's trailer. Yeah.
It's okay, Mia. Pretty soon Ethan's gonna walk through that door any moment.
Why are you... Wait, where are you going? I need to go play with my coin collection.
I don't got time to rescue Zoe. I gotta go to Zoe's trailer.
What?
Wait, oh! Right, Zoe's
I
not
ran
in the
back
trailer
so
anymore.
fast,
Oops.
by the way, that
The game had to load.
the game had to black out and load the trailer. Yeah, that I don't think that ever happens on the Pro, but yeah, I'm 3. Well, the texture
short.
hasn't loaded in yet, but I'm
So you gotta rub your eyes.
I'm 3 coins short. There's more than enough coins after this point to cover that. But I wanted to show like how many coins you should have if you're going for the Magnum. You see, at this point, it doesn't really matter if you use the dirty coin or not, because you still have to get at least 2 coins after the point of no return. So, yeah.
I saw the button prompt. I thought you were gonna get the lawn chair.
If you're like me, which you probably did, was go out here, realize you needed the crank, use the crank, go back to the item box and put the crank away. And then realize you need the crank again on the other side of the bridge, so you had to run
So
back
you had
to
to
the
run
item.
back and get
Yeah,
the crank.
that's like the second most classic Resident Evil feeling ever, right after, God damn it, I forgot to put the ink ribbons away again.
Oh no, I did that plenty of times for Remake 2, where I just had like something I wasn't going to be using and I just forgot to put it away.
I'm pretty sure I will need the bolt cutters here. God damn it, I need the bolt cutters.
Well, the thing about the bolt cutters in Remake 2, though, is that they actually mark all the locked doors that you check on the map, and the ones that need the bolt cutters are marked as bolted door. So you can always just look over your map and see, is there a bolted door here, or is there a window here that I need to board up? It's a very useful map system. And yeah, I did shoot all the boxes out here on my first playthrough.
Of course.
Like most people did, because now you don't know what is what.
Yeah. Another Mr. Everywhere hidden down here in the net.
I boop you in the face.
I'm just waiting for the enemies to start popping up because I know that they're... I knew that they'd pop up out here, but I forgot what exactly started to trigger them.
It's, I think, actually putting it on the lever.
So, so do new enemies in this game do enemies in this game respawn, or do they just
No.
bring new ones into areas you've already been before?
Yeah, they'll bring new ones into areas you've already been before after you hit a plot flag, but that's about it.
So if you don't kill anything, will there suddenly be the old enemies and the new enemies in the...
I don't
No,
think
the old
so.
enemies, I believe, despawn once the new ones do.
Yeah, I think they get replaced.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like if you can run past the enemies and just get on with your objective, it's fine to do that too. But Resident Evil 7 is kind of like the old Resident Evils in that the enemies aren't necessarily hard to kill. It's just that you don't have enough resources to deal with all of them with impunity, you know? Oh shit, there's more of them than I thought there were. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Don't you
switch back
wish you
to the
had an
shotgun.
incendiary grenade?
I have way too many shotgun shells, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have a shot. You have like almost. Well, at that point, you had 35 shotgun.
You have
shells.
the entire warehouse of shotgun shells in your gun.
It's because I started out with like the entire stockpile of shotgun shells from the first act of the game. God damn. These enemies are stubborn. Why am I bothering with... Oh, I got one.
Well,
Ha 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 ha.
swing and a miss.
I like that you
I like
can
how
duck
they,
them.
they explode in hot chocolate.
Chocolate caramel. With mushrooms.
What?
Gross.
That's like the that's probably the grossest combination I've heard of.
You know, there's also chocolate-covered bacon. Can't
Yeah,
do
that does exist.
Well, you see, that one makes a little bit more sense to
No,
me
it doesn't.
because salty. No, okay, hear me out. Salty and sweet is a relatively common flavor combination. So while so if it was really really crispy bacon, then maybe. Granted, I'm not saying that like, oh man, I got to eat that right now. I'm just saying, okay, I think I get it, even if it sounds dumb to me.
Jump
But-
scare me, will ya?
Mushrooms aren't really salty or sweet, so
They just kind of they exist to kind of pad a bite, or had stuff added to them.
You just angered the entire population of the Shire.
Yeah, but they don't exist, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, it's a good thing they don't exist.
Oh, really?
Lewis, are you secretly from the Shire?
Here's the thing.
He is the shortest one of us.
In the Lord of the Rings book, Tolkien sort of talks in the prologue like hobbits and stuff actually do exist, but they're just good at hiding, so we don't know about them.
Yeah, but what about the elves and the dwarves? And all
Maybe
that?
he didn't want to be politically incorrect and just call them midgets, or, you know, no, they're hobbits, and they exist.
Okay, where was I? What was I actually doing?
Organizing your shit. Oh, you do that thing too, where they have to be near the gun they're actually used for.
Yeah. I try to keep everything in a vertical column. Unfortunately, you can't really do that in Resident Evil 2 because the items that take up 2 slots don't...
Are only horizontal for some bizarre reason,
Yeah, you can't rotate them.
which I find really weird, but whatever. They're all square. They're all squares anyway, so it's not like it makes that much of a difference. But
Yeah. Okay, and there is a reason that I'm taking time to prepare myself right now, because we are about to deal with a boss fight. A pretty rough boss fight, too.
How many inventory upgrades do you get throughout the course of the game?
we have the 2 already.
Yeah,
okay.
just 2 in this game.
You see, it's weird because there's a bunch of negative space underneath the item boxes where you could hold like another 2 columns.
It's
Rows?
negative
2
space for
rows.
item descriptions. Some item descriptions are longer than others.
Okay.
Yeah, in Resident Evil 2, the remake, you start out with 8 spaces rather than 12 like in this game, but you get 6 inventory upgrades that give you 2 new spaces each. So you end up with the same amount of space as you would end up in this game by the end. I think that changes in hardcore mode. I think there's less inventory upgrades in hardcore mode.
Do you know, did they do the same things in that game where, in regards to difficulty, where they change item locations and stuff like that on
Yep.
top of? Okay.
Somewhat,
On top
sort
of
of.
enemy difficulty. and
Somewhat,
stuff
sort
like
of. The item placement seems to be mostly in the same place. It's just like less ammo, ink ribbons, and less of
Right here.
inventory
That should be
upgrades.
enough, right?
It would make him
Also,
faster.
Mr. X shows up way sooner.
Oh, that's the B campaign, not the hardcore mode.
Oh, oh, got my
Do the-
wires crossed then.
Do the does the normal difficulty have unlimited saves?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I like how she just sort of hides in the corner here and messes with her hands, and it's impossible to put yourself in a
Yeah.
position where you can actually see what she's doing.
that the
Yeah. Ta-da! Magic juice.
So this is the first time we actually see Zoe.
Hey,
Yes.
one of those
Okay.
is mine.
Then why did you hold them out and not just use one on yourself? Jack, we found your mower.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So that's Jack, then?
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty creepy.
Jack Baker in his mutant form. Well, one of them.
He also has 2 levels to him, so that makes him really freaking annoying to deal with.
You see, Jack Baker doesn't actually die to Ethan here. He gets calcified temporarily, but he comes back and enters Zoe. It's interesting though, because of all the main boss enemies, Ethan only kills Marguerite, Chris kills Lucas, and Joe Baker kills Jack. So, you know, one for each of them. And yes, the eyes are the weak points. In fact, you have to get rid of all
course.
the eyes to kill this guy. It's not really a health-related thing. You have to get rid
He
of all the...
unfortunately also has some underneath him, which makes it really hard to deal with.
Yeah, some of the eyes are a pain in the ass to get. Now, the reason I wanted to use the grenade launcher here is that they have a wide enough blast radius that you can actually get the eyes if your aim is a little off.
You just have to get close.
I think the hardest one to hit is the head, because it's just so spry.
behead and underneath him are the 2 hardest ones.
Well, the underneath I didn't find too bad because you can go to the top floor and you can just jump down. The head though is just like it's moving constantly.
Yeah,
Oh, gross! I hope that's chocolate
he
pudding.
can knock you off the ladder, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. They must have realized it was a bit of a pain in the ass because in Remake 2, enemies can't damage you while you're on ladders.
Surprised he could still talk at all, looking that grotesque.
Anyway, yeah, this is a bit of a hectic boss fight, and you're constantly... Ooh, got him. You're constantly moving from level to level. When he gets knocked down like that, you want to try and take the opportunity to knock out one of the eyeballs underneath, otherwise you're going to have to deal with 2 of those, and that's... no. Woo!
His tail one can also be a little annoying,
Yeah.
depending on how he's moving.
Yeah, like so.
We never get the idea to just do a classic Three Stooges poke.
Why, I oughta.
Wah, 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 wah.
Hi.
Well, that was convenient. He just kind of came up right up to you. What, not itchy tasty? Oh. Okay.
I actually think it's a phase transition.
Yeah.
Man, that eyeball is resilient.
No, not.
Ooh. Ooh.
Healing spooge.
He's going up top preemptively, I mean.
Yep. He just spouts random nonsense during the
Well, he's
fight.
basically gone insane by this point, right?
Well, he was beforehand, but yes.
He's gone even more insane.
He was insane before, but now he's just mindless.
I just dealt with your son, Jack.
Oh no, this is a mistake, isn't it? Oh! Yeah, I was...
Well, at least he fell into the water, so it washed right off.
But just in case.
Healing spooge.
Oh!
Ouch.
Ow.
Healing
How
spooge.
much of that goddamn water do you have?
Well, it's lying all over the place.
Please don't spit.
Hey,
Please
Jack,
don't
I found
spit.
your mower.
I've been looking for that. You have 60 goddamn shotgun bullets.
Yeah. God.
There you go. Finally got the
There
tail.
goes the tail.
I think there's just one on his arm left.
Yeah, it's right there.
This is giving me flashbacks to my Birkin Phase 3 fight in Remake 2. I hit him with a lot of Magnum ammo. Instead of reloading, I just took out the handgun and he had 1 damage left.
That's happened to me.
So it's like Magnum ammo. Well, I don't want to spend the time reloading. Handgun, poink, dead. Okay.
This is the part where you fall down.
Okay.
I mean, if you say so.
I think he's got 2 eyeballs left.
Oh,
And no, well, now
I
he's
like
got
how
1.
His line said, "Idiot, you can't kill me," right when you. And then he just falls down.
Oh, but you sure can hurt me.
Boom.
That should be it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I can't believe he beat me.
And away he goes. Okay. Up 1 more.
Does this always happen at the end of the fight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Man, this is a really bad horror game if it's telling you not to be scared.
Don't be afraid.
I bring you love.
It's bringing us love. Get it.
Yeah, well, your life's not even worth the bucket.
You like a
You're
turd.
saying that the piss is more valuable?
Well, the bucket of piss inherently has something in it, therefore making it more valuable than just a plain bucket.
Oof. It's a good thing this is a sturdy shotgun.
Aim, Lewis, aim.
I am trying to aim. It's just sometimes his arm is in between me and the eye. Okay, that's done.
No, hey, dick.
That was.
I was shot. What is that? I don't even know what it is. I think it's shotgun bullets. Well, no, I can't get it anymore because of you.
Bastard.
Yeah.
At least there's
Pity shells.
some over here. Oh! Oh.
Are these shotgun shells yours? Yes. Yes, they
Does this
are.
mean I can get the other box of shotgun shells now?
Want me to cure him?
Oh,
Are you alright?
that's over.
Yeah.
That's quite the question to ask me at this point, Zoe.
Pretty convenient how you were just happened to be out of the way, though. Okay, so is this the point where what you were talking about, where with the serums and stuff, where you have to use one of them on?
Yeah. The only logical. Well, you had to use one on Jack, yeah. So you have one
So-
left. Now you're left with Zoe and Mia. The only logical choice is to choose Mia, because she's the entire reason why you're here at all.
It's like if you choose Zoe, you don't even actually save Zoe. She just gets dunked in the water when she's calcified, and that means, you know, no one's gonna be able to find her.
There's only
Like almost immediately after this happens,
Yeah,
too.
so-
That's the thing.
What the hell are we gonna do now?
Maybe
Don't
we can
you
go
need
half.
one too?
Well, you don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, at some point, although if Evelyn dies before that...
Fine.
It doesn't matter too much.
It was foolish thinking I could escape.
But Zoe,
Go! Both of you just go!
I mean, she's the entire reason I came here. I'm not going to choose you over her,
I'm
no
sure
offense,
someone
but...
can help. This is my home. Apparently I belong here.
What does Mia say if you choose Zoe?
I forget.
Send help.
Don't bother. There won't be anyone left to help!
Wow, bitch.
Well, I mean,
She's been dealing with this for years, so, you know,
I know,
all
I
things
know,
considered...
I know I'm playing up Ethan's...
All
kinda
things
dumbness.
considered, I think she's taking it well. You know. But, yeah.
That's the
see
end of
what
the Baker
happens.
house.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next part, so, you know. Stay tuned, I guess.
I guess. No, we want you to come back. Subscribe if you want. I mean, I guess.